Welcome back. In our last episode, we explored the dramatic fight for independence and the birth of a new nation. But after winning the Revolutionary War, the United States faced a new challenge. How would they govern themselves? Today, we'll dive into the creation of the U.S. Constitution and the story of America's founding fathers as they laid the foundation for a lasting democracy. After achieving independence in 1783, the United States was not the strong, unified nation we see today. Under the Articles of Confederation, the government had little power. Each state operated almost like its own country, with its own laws, trade regulations, and even currencies. This weakness became apparent as economic hardships grew, and conflicts like Shays' Rebellion erupted. Shays' Rebellion in 1786 was a pivotal moment. Farmers in Massachusetts, led by Daniel Shays, rose up against what they saw as unfair taxation and economic policies. The rebellion exposed the inefficiencies and weaknesses of the Articles of Confederation, showing that the government was unable to maintain order or address economic issues. It was clear something needed to change. In 1787, delegates from 12 of the 13 states gathered in Philadelphia to address the nation's issues. Their original plan was to revise the Articles of Confederation, but soon, it became evident that a complete overhaul was necessary. This gathering became known as the Constitutional Convention. Presided over by George Washington. They faced the daunting task of creating a new framework that would unify the states and ensure the country's survival. George Washington, the revered leader of the Revolution, lent his credibility to the convention. James Madison, known as the "Father of the Constitution," meticulously prepared for the debates, bringing with him a plan for a new structure of government. Alexander Hamilton, an advocate for a strong central government, and Benjamin Franklin, the wise elder statesman, were also key players. Over the course of several months, delegates engaged in intense debates over what the new government should look like. Some wanted a stronger central government, while others feared this would lead to tyranny, like the one they had just fought against. Compromise was the only way forward. Two major plans emerged. The Virginia Plan, proposed by Madison, called for a strong national government with 3 branches and a legislature based on population. The New Jersey Plan, in contrast, favored maintaining the existing structure but with a stronger central authority, giving each state equal representation regardless of size. These conflicting visions required a delicate balance. The solution came in the form of the Great Compromise, also known as the Connecticut Compromise. It proposed a bicameral legislature, where the House of Representatives would be based on population, satisfying larger states, and the Senate would have equal representation for each state, addressing the concerns of smaller states. However, not all compromises were easy or just. The 3/5 compromise was one of the most contentious agreements. Southern states wanted enslaved people to count fully for representation purposes but not for taxation, while northern states disagreed. The compromise allowed 3 out of every 5 enslaved individuals to be counted for representation and taxation, a decision that reflected the deep, unresolved issue of slavery. After months of negotiation, the Constitution was finalized. It established a new system of government with a delicate balance of powers, dividing authority between the national government and the states. It outlined 3 branches: legislative, executive, and judicial. This separation of powers ensured that no single branch could dominate. Congress, composed of the House of Representatives and the Senate, would create laws. The President would enforce them, and the Supreme Court would interpret them. This system of checks and balances has been a cornerstone of the American government, preventing any branch from becoming too powerful. James Madison, along with Alexander Hamilton and John Jay, authored the Federalist Papers, a series of essays that argued in favor of the Constitution. These writings were crucial in persuading states to ratify the new framework. But not everyone was convinced. Anti-Federalists feared that a strong central government would infringe on individual freedoms. To address these concerns, a promise was made to add a Bill of Rights, ensuring protection for personal liberties. After intense debates, the Constitution was ratified by enough states and went into effect in 1789. It marked the beginning of a new era for the United States, with George Washington unanimously elected as the first president. Under President Washington's leadership, the new government took shape. The establishment of the first cabinet, the judiciary, and the role of the president were all defined during these formative years. Washington's decisions set many precedents that continue to shape the office of the president. In 1791, the Bill of Rights was added as the first 10 amendments to the Constitution. These amendments guaranteed essential freedoms: freedom of speech, religion, the right to bear arms, and protections against unreasonable searches, among others. This addition was crucial in ensuring widespread support for the Constitution. Over the years, the Constitution has been amended 27 times to adapt to the nation's evolving needs. From ending slavery with the 13th Amendment to granting women the right to vote with the 19th Amendment, it has provided a framework that grows and changes with its people. Today, the Constitution continues to guide the nation. It has withstood wars, social changes, and political upheavals. The story of the U.S. Constitution is the story of how a diverse group of states came together to form a more perfect union. It's a testament to compromise, debate, and a belief in democracy. While America's journey hasn't always been easy, the Constitution remains a beacon of hope for a more just and equal society. It has been, and continues to be, the backbone of American democracy. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next episode, where we'll explore the early challenges America faced under the new government, from the Whiskey Rebellion to the War of 1812.